What's going on, guys? One love out to everybody. We got UFC 312 Du Plessis versus Strickland part 2 predictions breakdown here, guys. Before we get started, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to this channel, also check out my Patreon for all my face-up predictions and prop plays, and you can also donate to my channel to my PayPal account. All the links will be down below. Let's fly through this real quick here, guys. Pay-per-view card here, 6 p.m. Eastern. Overall card, breaking it down and predicting it. You know, like I said, whatever card is out there, the guys put the work in, it's good to go. You know, you will know more when you watch the fights to see how good the fights are. So you can't really judge a book by the cover, but overall, you know, just looking at the card, you may say it's not really a stat card, but they do got some good matchups in it though. Okay, we had 13 fights, but Ho Sung Park, and Tujin Burrell, they fell off the card. So I think his tumor Dan Burrell, he fell off the card for weight cut issues, right? So we only got 12 fights in this card now, and flash this real quick. Been kind of busy here, guys, but like I said, I'm locked in. I'm focused still, and I still put the work in, even if it's a day before or a couple hours. Do the best I can for you guys, right? Like I said, I have family and other stuff I gotta take care of. You know, that's just life. You know, that's the journey that we travel. So, you know, predictions and all these things is obviously it's not paying the bills or nothing like that. So, you know what I'm saying? So, you do need some form of money and stuff like that to travel around in this realm, in this dimension. So I have other things that I do also, you know, but this is like a secondary thing that I do, you know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is at the moment. So yeah, I'm gonna fly into this real quick and knock it out. First fight here, we got Quillan Salkilld versus Anshul Jubilee. Quillan here coming off the Contender Series. We have a massive 6-inch reach here. Gritty guy, throws combos, mix it up with the punches and the kicks. He is hittable though. You know, he can be hittable, can catch him, can knock him down. But what I see from him against Gage Young, he looked pretty good. You know, he didn't take so much hits in that fight, but he did get hit, you know, a couple of times. But he went in there, he mixed it up, went for takedowns, and he got a decision in that fight. His opponent here, Jubilee though. Jubilee is like supposed to be like a prospect out of India, but man, his fight against Mike Brady, man, you know, he just dropped the ball in that one. You know, Mike Brady just started to bark at him, and he just like froze up just from off the barking. So if you bark at this guy, he may possibly just start to freeze up and just not throw punches and just sit in front of you and get hit. So you gotta be aware of him, but he's skilled though. If you look for takedowns, you know, he has punching power, but it's just something about him. I just feel like if you bark at him or you push him hard or you put a heavy pace on him, he just break under pressure. If you keep on him and just don't back down and just walk through him, he seems not to do well. It seems he's a guy that he's skilled, but once you apply that pressure on him, then he mentally breaks. I mean, I could be wrong about that. I mean, but it's difficult to pick him from off of his last performance. Even though Mike Brady is actually, you know, Mike Brady is an experienced guy, right? And he's also a skilled guy, right? But man, I had a rough time picking this one. Like, this entire card is tough. It's probably so far for this year one of the toughest card for the year that I'm breaking down now. I know the year ain't over, but so far this is a tough one. I'm gonna go to Quillan for this one, but you know, 50-50. I'm not confident, so I say Quillan Salkilld by decision. But Jubilee could win. You know, I mean, he's big in India and he's, you know, has a huge following, so maybe this is a fight for him to come back and get a win, you know. Like I said, Quillan come from Contender Series, and usually Contender Series guys that actually come over, sometimes they drop the ball. So Quillan could come in here and then Jubilee knock him out. There's a strong possibility, or Jubilee submits him. because Jubilee will also look for submissions. But this is a fight where it's just, you know, I just don't really trust Jubilee too much from off his last performance. Even though the guy he was fighting is an experienced guy, but still. Yeah, Quillan by decision, guys. I'm not confident. 50-50. Next fight, we got Kevin Jousset versus Jonathan Makhachev. Kevin Jousset here had a good performance against Brian Battle. He was doing good in that fight, I believe in the first round, but Brian Battle kind of, you know, came back in the fight and just walked right through him and just laid their hands on him. What I see from Kevin, though, he has a judo background, so his base is pretty strong. He's not a bad striker, but I can see if you put a high pace on him, you could break him. You know, there's a strong possibility. But what I see from Jonathan, though, Jonathan is come off the Contender Series and like a next Contender Series guy here. So a lot of these guys are making their debut. You know, like I said, our first fight with Quillan making debut in UFC, and the guy here, John, is making his debut also. John will mix it up. You know, he will look for the takedowns, also look for submissions, but he is hittable, man. This guy is hittable, and what I see from him, you know, in the other organizations that he fought in, you know, there's like things that he was doing that I'm like, you know, you can catch him with shots. He would like, I don't know, he would do things in it that is kind of like raise a red flag, right? So I'm gonna go for Kevin here. I just feel Kevin is. I feel just more the experience. Like what I see from Jonathan, you know, in the other organizations, it just seems very like kind of Jonathan. It's kind of greenish, you know. Like certain things he does is just you can't do that against Kevin. I feel Kevin, you know, will capitalize on it, you know. So I mean, that's just what it is. But again, Kevin will also drop the ball again, like I said. If apply pressure, if Jonathan come in and apply mad pressure on him, he could break him. He could possibly even take him down. But like I said, Kevin got a judo base, so I mean we'll see what happen though, man. I'm gonna go with Kevin. I'm gonna say Kevin by decision, guys. 50-50. All right. My boy Kody Steele versus Rong Zhu. This one is pretty much. I think both guys are kind of similar in height and reach, and they both actually look alike too, man. That's amazing. They both look alike. They both pretty much similar. Kody Steele again, a guy coming from the Contender Series. Like this whole prelim is like guys coming from Contender Series. Kody Steele more known for BJJ. You know, a lot of his grappling matches here. You know, from way back. And he came up and then started with MMA. His striking has gotten better, you know, because there's a lot of punching power now. We're talking about Steele. I like here that Steele is going to be more well-rounded in my opinion. I feel like Rong Zhu, I feel you could take him down. I believe you could submit him too. But Rong Zhu packed power, and there's an experience from Rong Zhu. I mean, Kody Steele is 7-0, and Rong Zhu is like what 26 and is 25-6. So that's something where it's like the experience, you know, by Rong is like a lot, man. He has a lot of experience, man. But again, he hasn't really fought anybody though. You know what I'm saying? So even though he has all those wins, but 25, but he ain't really fighting nobody really, right? And the people that are somebody like known, I'm like Ignacio, Rodrigo Vargas, you know, he loses to those guys, you know, but and then he lost to Chris Pandela, but you know, and then earlier in his career, you know, I believe he was in the UFC way back too. So there's a guy that was in the UFC and he got cut and then came back again, right? Came back on the road to UFC and then won some fights, but I don't know, man. I mean, Kody Steele is good, but only one thing I see in this fight where I'm kind of going for Kody Steele because of the ground game, and I feel like Kody Steele can mix it up. Kody Steele striking is decent. I mean, from what I see, pack power in his hands. A guy like Wang Cong been submitted 4 times, but he has 6 by submission. I believe he has more submission than Kody Steele, but Kody Steele can get this fight to the ground though, and Kody Steele can take him down. But again, you know, we're talking about experience here, you know. Even the 25-6 is way a lot of experience, you know, and Kody experience in the grappling world, you know, but I'm liking Kody Steele. I just feel like mental edge is on Kody's side. I feel like his Wang Cong, once you hit him a good hit or touch him, he kind of will like kind of fade out, kind of shy away from it, you know, like he got elbow to the eye, which was a bad elbow to the eye because the whole eye is shut. So, but you know, it is what it is. But I'm gonna go with Steele here, guys. I'm gonna say my boy Kody Steele by KO in that first round, guys. All right. Next fight here, guys. We got give me a second. We got Aleksandre Topuria, I guess that's Topuria's brother, Ilie Topuria's brother, versus Cody Thickness. Cody Thickness. So this is Topuria brother. Pretty much, I checked him out. You know, fight pretty similar to his brother, right? It's a similar mirror image kind of way to fight wrestling and this boxing, but again, he's not his brother. So he did lose this guy's name Ivanov, where he got knocked out, but the guy looked like he was on some steroids. The guy was like much bigger than him in the frame. And if you look at Topuria way back then, he was kind of a younger, smaller kid. That was way back though in 2015. But like I said, the guy that they fought was like on something. That was on some kind of juice. Like I said, his brother, you know, they both fight similar. The guy is skilled, his wrestling is good, but he's not his brother though. So that's pretty much it. But he is skilled though. I mean, the talent is there, the skill is there, and you know, I mean, that's pretty much it. If you look at Ilie Topuria and watch him fight, he's like a mirror image. So it's similar to the brother, but like I said, he's not his brother though. All right, but his opponent here, Kobe Thickness. Kobe doesn't look bad either, man. He's pretty well rounded, you know. He's gonna have the experience, obviously, and also the amateur background. So it's a guy that's, you know, you can't count him out. Like I said, you know, with the Topuria, he's a good prospect. He looks good, but again, you don't want to sleep on these guys. We see it all the time, you know, with prospects, guys that are 7-0 or whatever are known because his brother's in UFC, and you know, they fight similar. Come in there and they could lose. You know, like this game here, man. You know, anything is possible, dude. You know, you could be winning all 2 rounds and then going into the third, and then you get submitted or you get knocked out in the third. So this is a game where it's a crazy one, man, because you could be winning and then at the last minute you lose, and that's it. You know, so it's difficult. Like you see, or like we see it all the time. You know, guys with high odds on them, and you know the underdog comes in winning, and it happens all the time, man. And even the guy with the perfect record and this, he just drops the ball because he's fighting a guy that's super experienced, but the guy that's super experienced record is not that great. So like I said, from Kobe, you know, the guy's experience and skill is, you know, he's well rounded, you know, but I feel Topuria, from what I see, is better as far as technique and wrestling, especially his wrestling is better. You know what I'm saying? So if he can just get his fight to the ground, that's all he really needs. I mean, to be honest with you. But again, there's submission and everything like that can happen. The guy could be wrestling good and then he got caught in a triangle choke or an armbar. So, you know what I mean? I mean, you see this all the time, guys. So, because you see the odds will fool you. The odds are there to also trick you, man. You know, so you got to make sure you do your homework. But like I said, I wouldn't mess with this too much because we see it all the time, man. You know, a guy like Topuria, your brother, you know, Ilie Topuria is good. You know, oh man, you know, it's just like his brother. He comes in here and he gets knocked out by Kobe or gets submitted by Kobe. So, I'll be careful. But I'm gonna go with Topuria though. I'm gonna say Topuria by KO in the first round, but I'm not confident. All right. Next fight, we got Kong Wang versus Bruno Brazil. Wang here lost her last fight there. You know, it's a little bit of maybe overconfidence, maybe arrogant, cocky, ego. You know, I mean, she's skilled. You know, she's very skilled in the kickboxing world. You know, fought Valentina Shevchenko way back in kickboxing, which she actually won the fight by a unanimous decision. But you know, she got caught with a head kick in that last fight against Gabriel and got knocked down and then got rear naked choke, right? So it happens. But that doesn't mean that she's not skilled, though. It's just that, you know, you can get caught, you know, and get hurt. And when she got hurt, she kept on coming forward and just started to throw punches that go like she started to go wild. Like, look like she was looking for the finish, but that's not how she fights, though. So she put herself in a position where she doesn't fight like that. She was brawling, and she's not a brawler. She's more of a technician. You know, stand outside, pick her shots, move around. So the fact that she did that is what caused her to fight. If she, when she got hit to the head and she fell, she should have backed up and then compose and then get her head back right and move around a little bit, kind of feel herself out, and then work from the outside. Try to get your head back. But instead, she won the brawl, and it cost her, because that's not how she fights. With Bruno, though, Bruno has been improving, you know, with the fighting nerds. You know, her last fight against Molly McCann, she did a pretty good job in that fight. You know, a lot of people write her off, actually, because with Bruno, she can get touched to the head and get knocked out. You know, she's been knocked out a couple times already, especially when you put the pressure on her. She usually breaks under pressure and she dropped the ball. Now, this is a fight where Bruno moves around well. She got good. Her footwork is pretty good, so she used her footwork, set up the kicks on the outside, especially a head kick, which is one of her most effective technique is that head kick. But she does work with the hands, and she mixes it up, and she moves very well. But that mental thing is still kind of there, depending on who she's fighting. And I feel with Wang is just, I feel Wang is a better boxer and a better striker. And mentally, Wang is going to be there. No, she did get submitted, but, you know, Wang coming from a kickboxing background, you know, haven't really lost until now in MMA. But Bruno is more experienced in MMA. So this is the next fight here where you look at Bruno, you're like, oh, you know, mentally she's not there, she will get knocked out, and then she comes in there and then she beats Wang by a decision. Like I said, most women fights are kind of tricky like that. You know, you pick one girl to win and the other woman win. So that's just how it goes. So you gotta be careful with it. But I'm gonna give Wang a shot here, man. I'm gonna say Wang by decision. But it's a 50-50 for me, because like I said, Bruno could come in here and pull off a win, because she's been looking good in that last fight. I see a lot of improvements where she's not just shying away, you know, to the strikes and just getting knocked out. You know, she's actually getting ahead off center line and composing herself better, and then not just like, you know, back up and then get caught. You know, so. Let me see here. I believe she's been knocked out like 4 times already. She just known for that. Is like she would come in there and let her moves go and let her techniques go, and then whenever she's unable to land that head kick or do what she wants to do, then she kind of like fades out. It actually has nothing else to offer. So it's been knocked out like three times, right? But yeah, I'm gonna go with Wang though. I'm gonna say Wang by decision, guys. But like I said, with women fights, you gotta be careful. All right. Next fight, we got Tom Nolan versus Viacheslav Borshchev. This one's the next tough one here, man, because Tom Nolan. I remember, guys, a lot of these guys are from Australia. So like Tom and then Kobe Thickness, you know, and Quinlan are from Australia. So if it goes to judges, it could be some robbery. So be careful with that one. All right. Tom Nolan here. Tom Nolan, when I first saw him, I mean, as a prospect, he may still have something left in him. You know, I mean, overall, for how I think about him, I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like every single fight he gets hurt. You know, he's like, he doesn't really handle a shot too well. So he will work from the outside. He moves around, you know, well. You know, he will use a jab, set up from the outside. You know, he will fight behind the jab, and then set up the kicks and everything like that. And you know, with flying knees and things. But once you touch him, man, he can go out. And that's the issue. Every single fight I see him, man, except for the Moto fight, he just finished. He just knocked him out in that fight. But every single fight, the Victor, the Alex Reyes, even Alex Reyes, he gets hurt. Now, if Makhachev touch him, Makhachev is going to put him out. Because Makhachev can hit. And I feel Makhachev is a better striker. And I feel Makhachev, he's not as durable like he used to be. But he's not so bad. But he has been taking a lot of damage in his fights, though. Right? He can get hurt on the foot too, and like I said, he's just been getting more hittable. I guess is the opponent here, James, went to a split decision. James is like a tank, you know. James is like, he's a dog. So this guy eats shots. So Makhachev was hitting him with some big shots, and he just keep coming forward. If Makhachev touches Tom one time with one of those shots, Tom gonna go out, dude. And that's the thing about this fight. But again, Tom could stay on the outside. You know, having a 4-inch reach and 4-inch height, which is massive, similar to Chase Hooper, and just touch up Makhachev from the outside. Because Chase Hooper did the same thing, and Chase Hooper is not, you know, his striking is still in the works, but it's the striking that got him the submissions. Because he hurt Makhachev in that first round. So if Tom Nolan can do that, then you know, he actually can, because Tom Nolan, I feel, is a better striker than Chase, but there's still experience from Chase that Tom doesn't have. But it's a tough one because Tom can handle a shot, and Makhachev can hit. He can work the body, he works the head. One shot from Makhachev, I see Tom can't possibly go out. So I'm going to go with Makhachev here, guys, but I'm not confident for the same reason, because if Tom can do what Chase does and stay on the outside and use his reach, then he probably can win the fight. But I'm going to go with Makhachev by KO TKO in the second round, guys. And I'm not confident in this one. Like, this card here is a tough one for me, guys. I'm just being honest with you. You know, it's the fights, the matchups are like, just like crazy. It's like the matchups are so close. Like, every single fight is close. Even the Kody Steele and Rongju. You know, even though you got Kody Steele is 7-0. I mean, MMA is not that experienced, man. So, like I said, you gotta be careful. Because experience goes a long way, you know. But I mean, we'll see what happened, though. I'm gonna go with Makhachev. Like I said, KO TKO in the second round, guys. I'm not confident. Next fight, we got Jack Jenkins versus Gabriel Santos. This is a good matchup, man. Jack is not bad, man. His skill of boxing, his hands are not bad, but can get submitted though. Can get taken down, and that's an issue in this fight. That's an issue in this fight, man. Against Gabriel Santos, I feel Gabriel Santos is a very, very good fight. He's a good prospect, man. What he did with Lerone Murphy, a very close fight. He could actually won that fight. David Nanama, he got caught in that fight. It happens. But overall, Santos is a very, very, very skilled dude. All around, well-rounded. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. His striking is good. And his takedown wrestling is good. He's a good fighter, man. I feel like he could submit Jack in this fight. I say Santos by submission in the first round, guys. What I see Jack did with Herbert Burns, even though he won, but there's first and second round he was getting taken down, and that kind of laid on the back the entire rounds. Nah, man. If he fights Santos will get him down. So I got Santos by submission in the first round, guys. All right. Next fight here, guys. We got Jake Matthews versus Francisco Pardo. Pardo. I should start with Jake. Jake, experienced guy, man. This guy is a dog. He's not gonna give up. 4-inch reach, experience, well-rounded veteran, man. This guy, he ain't gonna get up. He's not gonna give up, man. He ain't gonna give up, and you're not gonna let it break him. So, and he's hard to finish. Pardo, on the other hand, Francisco Pardo, what I see from him, he's super, super explosive, and maybe too explosive at times, where he chases the knockout usually in the first round. And this is a guy here which seems like, you know, he seems like one of those guys that sprinter. So he come in here and he sprints, 100% finishing rate. You know, it looks to take your head off. Wow. He stays on you. But after the first round, he's done. Then you can start touching him up, touch 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 him up. Now, from an experienced guy like Jake, I mean, in his corner, you know, they should be able to figure that out. I mean, you know, and the guy comes in there, Pardo comes in swinging, but he looks to take your head off. Jake just has to weather the storm, and that's pretty much it. And he should have this win. I just feel like Porter is just too explosive, dude. It's like, and it could be obviously an experienced thing. He's not age and a number though, but you know, he's 22. You know, he wants to come in there and put on a show, but he goes hard in that first round, man. And you can see a lot of his wins are first round. Have some third round wins or some submissions, have a second, but it's first. You know what I'm saying? So he can't do that with Jake. Jake is swinging at Jake like that. He's just, Jake is probably wants him to do that so he can just gas himself out because he knows that second, third round, I'm going to finish you. I'm liking Jake. I'm going to say Jake Matthews by KO guys in the second round. All right. Let's see. Next fight here, guys. We got my boy here, Jimmy Kraut is back versus Rodolfo Bellato. Jimmy Kraut, man. This is a tough one here, man, because I think he retired after his loss against guillotine choke against Alonzo Menfield. I think he retired from that fight. Got a bad loss against Jamal Hill, and Anthony Smith, his leg. He had a leg injury. He said that, you know, he kind of found himself. He went to church and all these things, which is great. You know, whatever it takes for you to find yourself. Like I said, I do my research. 2 guys on Instagram to see what these guys are doing, and he came back in a different kind of mental state, you know. But I mean, man, he's been kind of not too active, you know. 2022, never do nothing. 2023, you know, every time he loses, he take a break off. Against a guy like Rodolfo, I mean, Rodolfo is a dog, man, with raw freaking power, dude. And I thought Rodolfo wasn't that great until I watched more footage of him, and he's pretty good, man. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. He's good on the ground. He will look for submissions. He's heavy-handed. Did get knocked out against Vitor twice by the same guy. But and even on the contender series, but he came back again because they probably saw something in him. And the guy's a dog. The guy can fight, and he hits hard and pack power and mentally on, and he's gonna come to fight. Jimmy Kraut, I don't know. You know, he's a guy. He not really gave up, but he just didn't want to do it no more. You know, and then I guess he found that he missed it and he wants to do it again, and kind of found himself, which is good. You're not wrong about finding yourself. You know, that's part of the game. You know, the real true game is actually to unlock yourself. You know, to find the truth within yourself, because everything is within. It's you versus you. And he found out that, you know, this is just a game, and he shouldn't take it so seriously, because he probably realized that he hasn't been doing it for a year or so, and he was fine. And that's how it is, guys. It's you versus you. This is all an illusion. It's just a game. It's a platform that they created and put it in mainstream, and you got Dana White and all these other people putting on the shows and match the fights up and all these things, and they're great. But don't look at it as like this is it, this is my life, and this is the truth, because it's not. And he probably found that out. But that being said, you know, when a guy like Bellato starts swinging at your head, you know, can he take that? Can he handle the shots? Can he move his head off center line? Is he gonna just shell up? You know, so it's kind of difficult from his last performance. So it's kind of hard to pick him, you know. So I'm gonna go with Rodolfo Bellato for the win. I'm gonna say Ronaldo by KO in the second round, guys. All right, I could be wrong. I mean, Jimmy could come in here and get a submission. It looks really, really good. But after his last performance, and it just mentally wasn't there, didn't know if he wanted to do it anymore. Then he has a resurgent. He found God or church, whatever he did find, or Jesus Christ, whatever make you find yourself, man. You know, it is what it is. You know, everybody got their own thing, you know. But yeah, I'm going with Bellato. I'm gonna say Bellato by KO second round, guys. All right. Next fight we got Tallison Teixeira versus Justin Tafa. This next we see this whole card, man. Is a sneaky little card, man. Sneaky little card for dogs to hit, man. I'm telling you that now. You look at this, you say Justin Tafa, yeah. You know, but you look at Teixeira. Teixeira's gonna have 7 inch of height and 9 inch of reach, bro. This guy is freaking massive. Massive, 6'7" with 83 inch reach. This guy is a giant, dude. The pack power, uses his reach well. I feel he's more well-rounded. He has a submission under his belt. I believe it's BJJ black belt here, or it could be from what I heard. But he is hittable though at times. If you can close the distance and get across his reach and get into the space that you want to be in inside the pocket, you can catch him with shots, and that's the thing. But he fights well behind his jab, 100% finishing rate. Taffa has 100% finishing rate too. But Taffa doesn't move. He doesn't move well. He lunges in, kind of flat-footed, but he pack raw power though, man. 100% finishing rate. He has to dive in to get a knockout, and he can get it. He can get the finish. He can get the finish, but most of his wins are in the first round, like you see. And like I said with Teixeira, I feel Teixeira is a skilled guy, man. I feel he's more skill than Taffa. He moves better. He works off his jab, set up from the outside. He's more technical, and he has more. I feel he has more ways to win this fight. I can see him even getting a takedown, but there's a puncher's chance from Taffa in that first round. Believe me on that. If Taffa connects to his chin, and like your chin not meant to get hit, your face not meant to get hit. If Taffa connect, you could see him going on, man. So it's a fight where you could probably not mess around with it because first round could be a knockout, and it could be enough Taffa winning, or it could be Teixeira winning in first round too. Just take one shot, guys. But I'm gonna go with Teixeira. I'm gonna say Teixeira by KO/TQ in the first round, guys, and I'm not confident. All right. Co-main event, we got Willie Zhang versus Tatiana Suarez. This is for the belt 115, which Zhang has that. Short and sweet. Zhang is good, skill striking, but she can get taken down, and that's the thing about this fight. She can get taken down, and she can get taken down pretty easily too. So a girl like Tatiana is very good with the wrestling. Her wrestling is very high level, man, and she's been improving her striking. Not as active, but she did get a submission against Jessica Andrade in 2023, but she's not active though. But she's skilled though, and she's a grinder, never lost yet, beat up most of the champions them in that weight, and even at the 120, she fought at 125 too, right? She fought at 125 also. She can fight 115 and 125. 3-inch reach on her. Willie Zhang, man, she's good, but I see from Tatiana, she's been working on her striking a lot, and it doesn't look bad. And she closes the distance well. She knows how to keep her head off center line to not get hit. She knows how to use the wrestling to kind of clinch up, so she don't get take a flush hit. And once she's in the clinch range, that's just her world, And I think Zhang can get taken down and control. I'm going to go with Tatiana, guys, for this one. I'm going to go with Tatiana by submission in the third round. Now, again, Zhang is experienced. Zhang been active. So that's something to look at. 25-3 versus 10-0. Like I said, guys, this could be the other way around, man. With women fights, it happens like that. Even with the guys fight, we're looking at experience here. Willie Zhang is more experienced than Tatiana. She's more experienced. And this goes with a lot of the fights. Taffa is more experienced in UFC than Teixeira, So I'm just looking at this more. I look at the experience part of the game too, but at the same time, I also look at the skills of the person too, and what they possess and the weakness of the other opponent. Even though they may be experienced, but they're still lacking some things that that other person is very good at, And Zhang striking is good, but I don't think it's enough to knock out Tatiana or hurt her on the foot. Right, so I'll go with Tatiana by submission third round. All right, main event here, we got Dricus du Plessis versus Sean Strickland part 2. First fight, I felt that du Plessis, which he did win by split decision, but I felt he won it by unanimous decision, to be honest with you. I felt like he just beat up on Strickland, took him down. He was more well-rounded. He showed more tools. With Strickland, he does a shell defense. He likes to do that and just kind of flat-footed with the boxing. It looked like he may go for wrestling in this one or push more takedowns, but I feel du Plessis, he just shows more of the game, more well-roundedness. Which Sean Strickland is well-rounded, but he doesn't want to do anything else. He just want to sit behind box and shell defense up, which is great. But eventually, you know, people are going to start reading you and start figuring it out, and your foot is flat, you're not really moving, easy to get taken down, right? The stance, right? Like with the Plessis fought Israel Adesanya, oh yeah, you know, he find ways. He did MMA, he's mixed martial arts, so he's going to find a way to win. I just feel that the Plessis fight IQ, he's going to look for a way to win. You know, he's not going to just go in and just kick and punch, you know, or shell up, you know, like what Sean Strickland does, which works for him, and he beats a lot of guys with it. But, you know, experienced guys now going to be like, oh, this guy just shell defense, his foot is kind of, his feet are flat in front of me. I'm going to take him down, man. You know what I mean? So I'm liking the Plessis in this one. I see the Plessis by decision, guys. And that's pretty much it. I didn't look at the odds in any of these. Oh, man. All right, let's quick look at the odds here, guys. See these crazy odds, man. Crazy odds. Yeah, let's see this real quick. Okay, we got Kevin Jousset at 225. I disagree with that, man. Hell no. I disagree with that, guys, because the Jonathan guy is not bad, and he's well-rounded. Even though he's coming from Contender Series, Jousset at 225 or 210, 230, I disagree. Be careful with this one, because Kevin can drop the ball. Kody Steele, damn, Kody Steele at 310. Nah, man. Now you see this, guys. We see. I like Kody Steele. I think he could win this fight, but Rongju is experience. Shouldn't sleep on experienced guys like that. You know what I mean? So I disagree with the odds on that one. Be careful with it. Topuria at 345 is the next one again. Yeah, his brother, and you know, they're brothers, and Ilil Topuria, you know, and Aleksandre Topuria brothers. They fight similar, but still, you know, you see this over and over again. Be careful with this one too, man. The odds on these guys are ridiculous. Yeah, I know it's Topuria, and you know, but still, it's still that is how you see, you know, guys with you know, they start to drop the ball. You know what I mean? And these underdogs are hitting. So I'm not saying that that Topuria is not going to win, but still be careful, you know. Wang at 355? Hell no. No, man. Especially a woman fight. It's just set. When you see this, it feel like it's just set for Bruno to win this fight, right? Exactly. No. These fights here, I fade them out, to be honest with you. Even the Kody Steele, it's just the odds on them are too high. The odds on them are too high, and they don't have the experience like that. And the other guys are so experienced. It's like set for them to lose. You know what I mean? It's set for the underdog to hit. So I'll be careful with it, man. Especially the Brazilian and Kong. That one is it could be a major upset and Brazil wins. Be careful with that one. Tom and Makhachev, perfect. Don't disagree with that one. Even fight. Gabriel Santos and Jack Jenkins. Gabriel Santos at 200. I actually don't disagree with that. I feel Gabriel Santos is a way better fighter, man. Way better fighter. I don't disagree with that. Junior Taffa and Teixeira. Oh, they got Teixeira 125. So they're high on Teixeira, huh? This fight is even, guys. Because Taffa coming here and touches him. I can see him going out. Be careful with that one. Jimmy Crute and Rodolfo. Oh, so you got Rodolfo at favorite. Still be careful. To me, it's an even fight. Even though we haven't seen Jimmy Crute in a while. But it could be one of those fights where he comes in here and get a victory over Rodolfo. So again, guys at Rodolfo come from Contender Series, you know, he looks okay, but Jimmy Crute is more experienced, but it's just a mental, you just don't know. So see this card here, man. The odds on these are jacked up. You gotta be careful with this card here, guys. Jake Matthews and Pardo, the high on Jake Matthews on this one. I like Jake Matthews. I feel he could win this fight, but still be careful. But I feel he should win this fight, though. Suarez and Zhang, whoa, it's an even fight. I have no problem with that. It being even, it's perfect. No problem with that one, because I believe that Tatiana can beat Willie Zhang, because the wrestling aspect, and I feel Tatiana's striking has been getting better. Plessis and Sean Strickland, 200 for Plessis. I don't disagree with that unless it's a robbery. So I feel Plessis, you know, he uses his tools. He uses all his tools. Sean Strickland doesn't use all his tools. He may use it in this fight in the second time, but I mean, we'll see what happens, guys. All right. So that's it right there, guys. Don't forget to check out my Patreon account. I'm gonna leave a face-off predictions on there in a little bit. And that's about it right there, guys. Guys, keep on kicking. One love out to everybody. And guys, always remember, man. Always remember this. Leave you guys with a little quote. You are the human element that controls the vehicle. Alright? So, always remember it's you, not anybody else. It's you. So, people can leave your quotes like what I just did right now, and then I leave your tips and I leave your predictions and I do all these things for you. I say this and tell you that and tell you that. But it's up to you to make it work now. You know, it's up to you to dig deep within yourself and then pull it out of yourself and put the work in and then let it happen. You know, it's like I said, I could lead a horse to water, but you can't let him drink it, right? So you have to put the work in. Nobody is going to do nothing for you or make you anything. You are the one that's going to have to do it. Okay? Alright, guys, so that's it right there. I want to love out to everybody. And